falcons, vultures, harriers, kites, buteos are kind of the true hawks, owls, eagles, and scimitars. So, falcons, we don't have one of those examples here, but we got some pictures coming up. Falcons are the large jets of the bird world, so to speak. They're the ones that make their living going after other birds. And they're pretty good sized birds. The falcons, prairie falcon, peregrine falcon. Although, this little guy down here also falls into the falcon family, so we got a range of theirs. The vultures is the one that we'll be talking about here in the first photo. It's kind of an interesting bird. I don't know if I'd even actually throw him in the bird of prey, but I threw him in there because he's kind of interesting. We got one example here at Cheyenne Bottoms of harrier. A harrier actually means a bird that just kind of skims over the grasslands nice and low, going back and forth. Kites. We got one example of a kite here at Cheyenne Bottoms. And the buteos are the true hawks, the broadwing hawks, such as this beautiful example. And I use that term loosely because he's obviously older than I am. But and this one actually is a red-tailed hawk. And this is the other one, the Swainson's hawk. And when we talk about buteos or the broad-winged hawks, their wings are about as wide as they are long, and they're really well adapted for soaring. You know, just kind of getting up into those thermal currents, you know, and just kind of soaring and looking for their food. This time of year, though, they'll spend a lot more time sitting on fence posts or power lines, kind of, you know, try to not use as much energy. So those are probably the most ones that most of the people are familiar with. Everybody knows about owls, eagles, basically, you know, to be real general, is large hawks. And the scimitars, I'm going to make this real simple. They're kind of small falcons in a way, but they are a bird that spends a lot of time eating other birds. So, all right, now to keep you guys awake, a couple things. How many different species, falcons, hawks, everything, have been documented here at Cheyenne Bottoms? Anybody? Anybody want to take a guess? Take a guess. Throw it out. Run it out.
2,500?
No, it's a lot lower than that.
25?
Ooh, you're real close.
28.
I don't know if I should give it to you.
30?
Oh, one more guess.
19?
29. So, you don't count. This young man, you have a choice of a nice TNC hat, guy's hat, tote bag. We got guides to pocket guides to raptors, anything like that. You want a hat? Oh, he's good. You know what? This one's kind of funky. I'll give you two of them. There you go, buddy. So, 29. Remember that. There you go, 29. Now I'm going to talk about 3 methods of gathering information about population trends here in Cheyenne Bottoms. The Christmas bird count, Cheyenne Bottoms Christmas bird count. There's a roadside raptor survey and eBird. And I'll talk to you a little bit about each one of those. The Christmas bird count takes place one day out of the year, usually sometimes between January 15th and December 15th, somewhere in that March month period. And it's a one-day survey where we kind of survey a 15-mile across circle, which Cheyenne Bottoms is in the middle of that circle. And we get, 15, 20 people come out every year to do this survey. So the problem with that is that just a snapshot, you know, of one day out of the year of what's going on out here. So what happens with the Christmas bird count, you get huge variations from one year to the next. For example, this year we had some open water. We had lots of waterfowl. We had lots of birds of prey. So there's a good number of birds out here. A couple of years ago, everything was frozen solid. Hardly a bird out here. So in that time, in that sense, you get just a snapshot and there's a lot of variability. But with the Christmas bird count, since we do it every year, over and over for many years, and in fact, it's been consistently done here at Cheyenne Bottoms since 1967, you get all kinds of different snapshots and you put them together and you got a big picture of what's going on. And that's it, just at Cheyenne Bottoms. Now, if you take Kansas, we got 40 or 50 of these Christmas bird counts going across the state, so we're getting a bunch of snapshots. Then you got 50 states in the United States, and anywhere from an average of 50 per state to 100 per state to Alaska, I think, has 3. But you get Subscriber survey is something that I initiated back in 1997. I drive all the roads at Cheyenne Bottom, both the Nature Conservancy preserve and the wildlife area, on the average about once every 2 weeks. And what that does, it kind of fills in some of the gaps. Whereas the Christmas bird count, we could see from the data that, like the red-tailed hawk, for example, we have 100 and, over 100 here every Christmas bird count. But that just tells us what's happening in December. What's happening throughout the year? With the rapid surveys, I can tell you that the population of red-tailed hawks here at Cheyenne Bottoms runs between about 25 to 40 different individuals during, let's say, August or something like that. And the eBird I'm going to throw in because that's a relatively new system, and it's really neat because if you're at all interested in birds, you can go to this website. It's ebird.org, and you could give it a password and stuff, and you could enter your own observations. So here at Cheyenne Bottoms, we have all kinds of people that are entering their information at Cheyenne Bottoms. Now, there's some problems with that right now, but again, the more times that people put survey data in there, the more those little mistakes start smoothing out. And it could be a really important thing. So if anybody is interested in eBird, birds in general, I really want to express how important it would be to go enter those sightings into eBird, because then biologists from all over the country, now it's actually worldwide, can access that data. So I'll have some population graphs that show all these different examples. This is a turkey vulture. This is the guy I kind of had problems with. Should he be in here, with these really neat birds, Most people know about turkey vultures. They eat carrion. They eat roadkill, and that's why they have this nice head that has no feathers on it, because, let's face it, they're kind of digging into some pretty nasty area. So they would like an ability to keep that clean, so it's featherless. Now, the turkey vulture breeds throughout most of the United States, but it winters kind of down there in the southeastern part of the states and down into Central and South America. But it comes up here and breeds in this area. It's kind of an unusual bird in that this is one of the birds that most birds of prey will hunt by sight. And this one's going to use the sense of smell. As you see right there is olfactory canal, nice big opening so he can be flying up there and get a whiff of what's going on, find something dead. Now, if you watch those cowboy movies where the cowboys just laying there, got snake bit or something, and the vultures are circling, that ain't gonna happen. The thing's got to be dead, unless, of course, it's horses laying over there next dead to it. They smell dead stuff, and then they come down. Now, there's been some experiments, that you could cover like a dead deer or something, and they'll circle around there. They're trying to get a pinpoint by just smelling there, and then they'll come down to land and they can't find that deer, if it's covered. So they use mainly their sense of smell to locate it first, and then if they can see from the top, then they'll come down and